Hi, BOT 137. Hello. I just wanted to touch base with you. This is Wednesday, September 15th. If you were in the class session tonight, you certainly could just delete this or get off it. So it's more for the students that did not attend the meeting, and many of you were proactive and told me that you weren't going to be here, and I appreciate that email. But I do want to communicate a couple things today, which is the 15th. If you're on my IT lab, there's certain things due, and I just want to go over them real quick so we're all on the same page. The first thing is anything you start with when you start a new chapter. What I'd like you to do is to look at the PowerPoint, and the PowerPoint really goes through a lot of the concepts and the functionality and they're going to ask you to do. So, for example, they're going to ask you to apply different font attributes, format paragraphs, format a document, apply different styles, insert format objects, and it really goes through it. The resources are all here. So you want to make sure before you do anything to go through this. And even I took the course twice, and I still had to look at the PowerPoints before I did the simulation or hands-on activities. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the hands-on activities, which is called a simulation training. And it's either you could do it all three at once, or you could do them one at a time. After the PowerPoint, and you also have the textbook, which the white pages are called objective mapping, which I would recommend you go through. Once after you reviewed all those resources and you have taken the hands-on activities or the simulation, there's going to be an assessment, and that assessment is going to be called a capstone project. In this case, it's about a gym. It's called Sam's Gym. And this is what you would click on. You would go on to the capstone and download the materials. And these are the files you should download. And there's instructions, and I'm going to download the instructions, and it's going to start out at step 1, where you're going to download this document, this file called Word Chapter 2 Capstone Sam's Gym, and you're going to follow the instructions. And there's a point value on this assessment. Now, it's in the syllabus, everything that's due, the expectations, and I'll go run down this. Let me scroll quicker. And if we look at the 15th, we have what's due. It's also in my IT lab. You review the chapter PowerPoint, the hands-on student videos, the simulation training, and then the assessment, the major assessment is the capstone. The capstone is a test. So I just want to clarify what the test or assessment includes. The assessment is something that I cannot walk you through a test or an assessment. It would compromise the integrity of the test. So what a lot of I do get some emails, and I get most of the emails from students that are behind and panicking because they haven't finished something, and say, could you help me with step 13? I cannot help you on an assessment. I could give you the resources for the assessment on that chapter, but I cannot walk you through the steps. And I'm trying to get back to, sorry, the Sorry, I'm trying to get back to the assignment calendar. So, for example, if you go through the PowerPoint presentation, you look through the book, I could review things with you. If you go through the simulation trainings, I could help you and assist you with that. When it comes to the capstone project or midterm or final, I have to provide equal opportunity for all students and not sacrifice the integrity of an assessment. So I'm just trying to give it to you clear. I can't help you. I could refer you back to the resources. So I just wanted to make it clear, something that came up tonight, that I did receive emails, and it's not something that I'm mad about. Now, what we have to understand is that there are some glitches in the My IT lab, and those of you that have attended the meetings, if you look at you look at your grade, and you say, okay, I inserted a table 3x5 and I merged it, and they said I didn't, and you got points taken off. It's very easy. You go into my course content, you find the appropriate chapter. Let's say it's chapter 2. You would upload whatever you handed in to my IT lab. You'd find that document, and then you would write a description. These are the points that were taken off. I believe I centered a table that was 3x5, or I inserted a picture and I cropped it and it was 1 inch from the border. Whatever that may be, whatever you think they took points off of, and many times it's legitimate, I will change the grade. But what I can't do is meet with you and walk you through a test. That's something that I cannot do. So that is my spiel for tonight. If I missed you, I'm sorry that you couldn't make it. Hopefully you can make it next week. But any questions, certainly email me, and I try to get back to students as soon as I can. But that's kind of the procedures of the class, and if you do email me with steps on particular functionality or steps on how to revise a document or add to a document, it's something that I just can't do on a test. Okay. I hope to see you next week, and have a great weekend. Bye.